Okay, today we will discuss about inventory. After you play the BA game and also you understand about integrated operation planning, now you have to understand how you manage inventory. So in supply chain, inventory is very important because you try to manage the flow, the inventory, and inventory fill in the production line for smoothing operation and make finished good for your customer. So inventory functional and definition. Inventory try to understand about involved risks, which variety depend on a firm position in the upstream. The inventory help you to prepare raw material. In middle stream, inventory help you to run production smoothly, and downstream inventory help you protect the customer demand from fluctuation or uncertainty demand or needs. And that's why we have to understand about position in the supply chain. The typical dimensions of inventory risk relate to time, duration, depth, and breadth of commitment. And also the inventory type, we have the basic in three: raw material, work in process, and finished good. But when you understand more inventory types, you have to know about 6 inventory types. First of all, we call raw material. The raw material help you to prepare for the production, and that you make the product from raw material. And sometimes you have to assemble component or part to your finished good. And also when you operate, you have to change the raw material to be finished good, but it's not finished, we call work in process or WIP. And the last but not least, when you understand about work in process to operation and make it and produce it to be finished good. And shipping goods, that means finished good and pack it in the package and it's ready for shipping to your customer. And the last, MRO, maintenance, repair, and operating. That is the type of inventory types, the 6 of inventory types. So an inventory functional and definition. Inventory help you to allow you to design geography position across multiple manufacturing. You have a lot of manufacturing in the area, in the regional, and where is your manufacturing. Inventory help you to design and distribute unit of enterprise. Inventory maintained at different location and state of the value creation process allows specialization. And decouple the link between the production and the warehouse or customer point and your supply. So it allows economics of scale within a single facility and permit each process to operate at maximum efficiency rather than having the speed of the entire process constant by the slowest. And it helps you to balance supply and demand. If you have a demand more than supply, so inventory help you, it look like a shield, protect you from uncertainty, from boolean effect that help you to manage the supply, accommodate elapsed time between inventory available in manufacturing, in growing or extraction, and consumption help you to protect supply and demand. And it's like a buffering uncertainty. Accommodate uncertainty related to demand in excess of forecast or sometimes in unexpected delay in order receive and if you receive finished good from your supplier or vendor, your order is not coming, is delayed from the processing in the delivery and is typically different on the safety stock to help you. So inventory definition, the inventory policy drive inventory performance. So you have to change inventory so you can change inventory performance. So when you see in inventory performance, you have to check the number with financial and accountant model before, and then you change policy to change performance. And the two key indicators of inventory performance are the first one, service level or SA, sometimes we call SLA, service level agreement. And the second one is average inventory. So you can see in the balance sheet, accountant and supply chain relation, you can see assets, liability, and also owner. So you can see supply chain help you to design financial and accountant to have a great more than profit and link to the other things that you can change in supply chain. And inventory strategy, you have to design from the manufacturing to understand about inventory strategy that fit to manufacturing strategy, also engineering to order, make to order, assembly to order, and make to stock. That's why we have to understand inventory strategies. And next one, when we design integrated inventory in supply chain, you have to link between the duty, the department. The first stage we call baseline silo function because they manage themselves, not link the other things or link the other department. The second step we call integrated function. Your department try to manage the thing and the job that link together sometimes. And the third stage we call integrated enterprise. We try to link, it's like a chain. You try to move the chain to link together. If you can link it, we call integrated enterprise. And then it look like the chain. We call supply chain in your organization. And if you can link to supplier and vendor, you have a big chain. You are member in supplier, your enterprise, and also your customer that link together. So we call integrated supply chain. That's the basic for supply chain. When you decide you can pay via game, you can see 4 member. The first of all, manufacturer. The second one, distributor, wholesale, and the last retailer. And then you link it together, so it will call integrated supply chain. And that's why we understand inventory functional and definition. So you have to understand about service level. The fill rate is the percentage of case or the unit that compared to order that you can ship to your customer. For example, 95% case fill rate indicated on average 95 case out of 100 are fill rate from a variable stock. And you have the limited 5 case are back order or deleted. So sometimes you have to send back 5 or sometimes you cut it based on your policies. So you can remember in the BA game, you can see the 3 row that you have to fill backlog if you cannot send all of your order. So you have to wait, and then when you receive inventory, you send it the backlog. And the line fill rate, that the percentage of line order fill completely. And order fill is the percentage of customer order fill completely. So when you design inventory functional, and that you have to see the average inventory, you can see the high and the lowest and the average. That you can see average inventory. So you can see 20 and 30,000, you can total to be 100,000, and then you divide it by 2, should be average inventory. You can see 50,000. So you can see in intrinsic inventory that it represents to the amount typically intrinsic between facility or sometimes from manufacturing to warehouse something, or supplier move your inventory to your manufacturing. You can remember in the beer game, you move your hand, that we call intrinsic inventory, to your warehouse. And obsolete inventory is the stock that is out of date or expired because that you have no experience recent demand. Actually it is donated, destroyed also at a loss. So obsolete inventory is filled in the food and in the medicine industry that it have they are expired before you can use it. So you have to lose it and or donate it or destroy it sometime. And speculative inventory is about prior to need to have huge currency exchange take advantage of a special discount, or sometimes you prepare to potential workforce disruption. when you decide it's like if you buy the gold and then now gold is price up, so you keep it inventory and then the gold price up and then you sell. We call speculative inventory, and that's why we have manage it. And the idea that you manage the inventory, we have two ideas. The first of all, you try to see the sawtooth diagram, and also you manage the sawtooth to high frequency. You can reduce inventory. If you wait for the 1 month and then you have a frequent more 2 weeks, you order it 1 day, 1 time a month, and then you have a change policy to be 2 weeks. So in 1 week, one month, you have to order 2 times, 2 weeks and 2 weeks, and week 4, week 2 and week 4, right? So you can reduce the inventory from average inventory to be a few, might be 25,000. So that the trick need to design, understand about sawtooth diagram, and also you reduce the body also because you reduce the safety stock. So that two idea that you can reduce the inventory, so you can save the money to enterprise, and that's why you keep it and you feel more, you reduce, and you try to change average inventory to reduce it, and then you small replenishment order to design a high frequency for inventory order, keep all order. That the idea that you have to know about this. So smaller in business replenishment order quantity do result in lower average inventory, but it tells you to decide based on the other factors such as performance, cycle, uncertainty, purchasing discount something. When you order more, you get discount from the pricing, so you have to adjust the number. And transportation economics also, in you fill in the truck and it's not full, we call full truckload. If you cannot change it to full truckload, you have to pay more from the space in the truck you will not utilize in the full fuel. And next one, independent and dependent demand. So most demand is independent, so you can forecasting, you can design, consume it. Do not typically let the retailer know when they arrive to purchase product. And dependent means demand situation is characteristic of component. When you design in demand, independent is like drinking water, but dependent is like a cap, it's like a label for drinking water. That is, you cannot to forecast dependent demand. And inventory carrying cost is the cost from the, you have to expend from the maintain inventory in your warehousing. Inventory expense is calculated from the number of inventory carrying cost multiplied by announced inventory cost. So it's like percentage. When you have a inventory, it's like $100 and you have a 5% for inventory carrying cost. So you have a $5 a year for inventory expense. The standard cost practice is value inventory and purchase it. The standard manufacturing cost is the same thing. So you have to compare it together. Inventory carrying cost is impact to capital. When you keep the inventory, you have to pay the money, right? And also you have to pay the tax. And sometimes you have to pay for insurance to keep the inventory, and then you reduce the risk from the accident, from the obsolete something, from the steal, from the accident, or from the obsolete, or from the any idea that you can know to risk for your finished goods. So you have to pay for insurance. And the storage cost is look like you have to pay for garden, you pay for retail, warehousing. That's so we call inventory carrying cost. And inventory carrying cost capital is the appropriate charge to place on capital invest in inventory varies widely. And capital assignments range from the prime interest rate to a percentage determined by upper management. The logic for using the prime interest rate or a specific rate pegged to the prime rate is that cash to replace capital invest. in inventory can be often in the money market, in the rest in the rate interest tax. Local tax in Thai we have to pay some is look like 7% or based on the regulators you have to check before you decide the finished good and then you keep it you have to pay the tax sometimes. In many areas assets take on inventory hold in warehouse and also the tax rate and mean of assessment vary by location. The tax expense is usually a direct levy based on inventory value and on a specific day of the year or average inventory value over a period of time. In many cases, tax exemptions such as the free postage thus is available from the state authorized. You have to wait for official office to check the your item. And also insurance cost expense based on estimate risks or loss times. Loss risks depend on the products and the facility storing the products. For example, high value products that are easily to store. It look like you keep the gold. You have to wait for some is there stolen or sometimes hazardous product. It look like chemistry or chemical products. Result in high insurance costs also. Insurance cost is also influenced by facility characteristics such as security camera and sprinkler system sometimes that might be help you reduce the risk. And sometimes you have to install CCTV to keep the camera on and check and record everything in your warehousing. And offline cost result from the deterioration of product during storage. A prime example of obsolete is product that is beyond recommend. Sell by day such as food and pharmaceutical that fine. If do expire you have to is obsolete so you have to sell it or you have to burn it or you have to donate sometimes based on your policies. So sometimes include a financial loss when a product no longer have fashion appeal or no longer has any demand. Obsolete costs are typically estimated on the basis of past experience. Concern make down donation or quantity destroys. This expense is the percentage of average inventory value declared obsolete also. And storage, the storage cost is facility expense related to product holding rather than product handling. Storage cost must be allocated on the requirement of specific product, since it is not related directly to inventory value. In public or in contract warehouse, storage charges are billing on an individual basis. The cost of total annual occupancy for a given product can then be assigned by multiplying the average daily physical space occupied by the standard cost factor for a specific time. In Thai, you have to pay it look like 200 baht per square meter a month per month 200 bucks for 1 square meters per month. If you rental warehouse is look like 1,000 square meter, you have to pay 2,000 baht a month. That's why we have to manage inventory carrying cost and looking for design inventory and finished good reduce it to fit for warehousing because you have to pay more if you keep inventory more than you manage. And that's why you have to see the idea of element and the average percentage. So the basic is 15%, some from a cost of capital 10% and 1 from tax, insurance and obsolete and also storage just 2%. But you can change it based on your industry, based on your products. And then when you plan inventory, you have to know two ideas. First of all, you have to know when you order or how much you order based on time and based on quantity. That's the design inventory planning. When to order. So you have to know that the idea for reorder point, you know it. Reorder points equal the demand multiplied by lead time. So you know the demand 20 and okay, wait for calling lead time from supplier 10 days. So you have to know reorder as 2000 units. This cut focus on the determining reorder points under condition of demand and performance cycle certainty. And reorder point with safety stock, so you know reorder point and then you plus by safety stock. So safety stock, that idea to design the inventory buffer to help you to understand that, help you to reduce the risk from the inventory shortage. And also that the basic idea, and then this idea, you know the times, and then you know the how much to order. That we have idea, the other idea, so we call the economics order quantity. This point that replenishment practice that minimize the cost, that's combine inventory carrying cost and order cost. You can imagine when you order high volume, so the order time is 1. If you fill order quantities, you have to order more time, so that the fitting the idea to combine together to fit the point. So inventory carrying cost and order cost is equal. We call economic order quantities. So that's why we identification of a quantity assume that demand and cost are related to stabilize throughout the years. Since EOQ is calculated on an individual products basis, the basic formulation do not consider the impact of joint ordering or multiple products. So you can see in this picture, in the diagram, you can see the order cost is going up, and you can see the maintain of carrying cost is going down. So the point that they fit it together, so you can see in this, the EOQ point is here. The total cost is minimum, so we call EOQ. That's the square root to C cost per order, and then demand, and also divide by cost of carrying cost, and also you can see in the cost per unit. So the formulation you can see in here, 2 multiplied by 19 and okay multiplied by 2400, and also divide by 0.2 multiplied by 5. Okay, EOQ is mean 302. So you round up to 300, that is EOQ. You can see in here that we call EOQ. When you know how much to order, we call the EOQ formulation. Now consider what's given to the impact of transportation cost up on order quantities. So regardless of whatever product is sold on a delivery basis, or ownership is transferred at origin, the cost of transportation must be paid by supply chain participants. Collaborative efforts to order in quantities that minimize total costs are essentials to sound logistical arrangement. So you can see in this, the second impact is a decrease in the number of orders required to satisfy announced requirement. Decrease the number of order, increase the shipment size, velocity, lower per unit transportation cost. You can see you have alternative 1 and also you have alternative 2. You can see the cost of alternative 1 and alternative 2. Because of the price is changing, because the ordering and the inventory cost is not the same. You can see inventory carrying cost, ordering cost, and transportation cost. So why this calculation can be directly made by modify of the EOQ formulation, direct comparison provide a more insightful answers. The only additional data required are the keys it's like a price rate for ordering in quantities also. And quantity discount, so you can change if you know EOQ, and then you have to check the discount before this we call the ladder of the quantity purchase. If you buy more, you have a discount from the cost per unit. You can see if you buy 100, you give a cost at 4.5. If you buy 300, you give four bucks per unit. If you buy more, it look like 401. You get 3 bucks per unit. So purchase quantity discount represent an EOQ extensions similar to volume transportation rates. So you have to know about this. Quantity discount can be handled directly with the basic EOQ formulation by calculation total cost again, and know your total cost and compare it. And also we have all the other EOQ adjustment. We have a production lot size. We have a multiple item purchase, something you pull from the 2 or 3 items, not just one item. We call consolidation. Consolidation help you to manage the item in one truck. You can design a lot of items in here. And also you have a limited capitals or dedicated truck and utilization also. Manage uncertainties, demand uncertainty, or sometimes you have to manage performance cycle uncertainties. Safety stock with combined uncertainty, also you have to know about information about this performance. Estimate fill rate, also you have a target. It look like 95% from a fill rate something. And also dependent demand replenishment, you have to use MRP. You can remember MRP. Material requirement planning, you use it to help you to design dependent demand, right? No forecasting, just forecast only independent demand. You cannot forecast dependent demand. You use MRP to help you to do it. And inventory management policy, you have to know about this. You design inventory control, you design reactive method, planning method, and also collaborative inventory management. It tells you to design inventory management policies. So inventory management policy, you have to know about ROP the last time, and also safety stock. And that's why you have to perpetual review, perpetual inventory control process, continuous review. Inventory level to determine inventory replenishment needs or periodics. So you have to know about quantity and times, fixed quantity or fixed times. Periodic review means you have to review your inventory by times, a month, a week, something. Periodic inventory control review the inventory status for an item and regulation intervals such as weekly or monthly. That's the idea that we use the inventory management policies, the time or the quantities. So if you have to know about this, you have you have a two where wholesale A and wholesale B. So you have to decide to fill it because you have a reorder point and also you have a order quantity something and the inventory in your warehouse. So you have to fill it. It look like here how is reorder point 50 and how is reorder point 75 something. So you have to understand the same in print response and the channel that you decide member in inventory and also member in supply chain that they need inventory or not by drawing the production line through the distribution channels. And sometimes you have to replenishment shipment initial when available warehouse stock level fell below a predetermined minimum or order point. So you can see in here. And sometimes you have to wait the day or the order point, order quality something, and reorder point. You can see in here. And sometimes they have now inventory 55 and 85. So you have to order because the inventory now is lower than reorder point, and that here inventory is more than reorder point. You have to wait before. And that's why you have to know about distribution channel also when you decide reorder point and the how you and when you fill inventory. Okay, you can see inventory management policy. We have the planning method. The first of all, you have to check in the top inventory before. We have a secret unit for inventory, and then you have to pay for the first one 50, pay for the second one, and pay for third one. So inventory planning method use a shared database to coordinate inventory requirement across the multiple location and state in the supply chain. So it's very important that you have to check plan warehouse. Now we have a 600 unit, and then you have to fill to warehouse 1 or warehouse 2 or warehouse 3. So you can see the number of this. We have a daily use 10, daily use 50, and also daily use for 15. So it's 5 day, is 2 day, and it might be 5 day also. So you have to decide to fill in the warehouse 2 because it's limit for inventory. And now you know that you have to build product more, and then you fill to warehouse 2 before, because it will finish in 2 days, because inventory 100 and daily use 50. So you think 100 divided by 50, you have to 2 days for warehouse. We call day of supply. You can supply just 2 days, so you have to fill it more than 5 days here, right? Based on the time that you link between pan warehouse and the located number 1, number 2, and also number 3. So you can balance it between lead time and also day of supply. Understand about that? Okay, next. So when you understand about integrated operation planning, you have to see more in requirement plannings. So it helps you to design the planning as approach that integrated across the supply chain, taking into consideration unique requirement. So you have to know about it, raw material, and then we have part A, B, C, and D, and E, and then we have the module 1 and module 2, and also you assemble it to be the SMB to be the operation, and then you have the plant warehouse. You have to know inventory in here and in here and in here, and then you decide the inventory in the location in each location. So you have to decide. So MRP is driven by a product schedule, and then you can compare MRP and DRP to drive by supply chain demand that fit between DRP and MRP. You can remember that about DRP. DRP means distribution requirement planning. So you decide the truck, the loading, the feed to pick your inventory and send to your customer location. And next one, the idea of DRP, you can see in this. DRP is opposite from MRP, because MRP is break down from the big to detail, but DRP is opposite. You keep detail, go back to the truck, so plan order and gross requirement, and also plan products. You can see in here. No, you can see it, and then you know about this plan or weeks, and then you know this the number, and then you know to plan the idea for order that link together in detail before, and then go back to the trucks. You have to need the truck, how many truck that you need. That we call DRP, the example. Okay, inventory management policy. We have inventory control already. You know about reactive method, planning method, and also collaborative inventory replenishment. Collaborative inventory replenishment, we have a 3 idea. The first of all, we call quick response. Quick response means you know the data, and then you respond back fast. So this idea used in retail business. Share retail sale for specific products. It looks like the 7-Eleven or the top supermarket. They use this idea, share the customer order every day, and then specific product between supply chain participants to facilitate right products. assortment are variable when and where it is required. And the next step we call VMI or vendor management inventory. So you can remember be a game. The supplier then they manage the inventory for manufacturing that we call vendor managed inventory. So supplier assume that more responsibility and actually manage an inventory category for the customer. They know your raw material and then they send their raw material to you because they know the number and then they wait for the time to send their finished good. It should be your raw material that you don't worry about that because vendor help you to manage inventory by themselves. So you give the data or inventory management to them. They show the number and then supplier assume response for replenishment retail inventory in the requirement quantity, color, size and anything that is style. And the last we call profile replenishment or PR. The supplier can simplify retailer involvement, eliminate the need to track unit sale and inventory level of fast moving product. So we have three ideas to help you: quick response, VMI, and profile replenishment. Okay, inventory practice that help you to design inventory better. You know policy and then you have to practice it. So the idea inventory management practice comparative service and inventory characteristic for anticipate versus responsive inventory system. So you have to know about this fill rate percentage. Okay, you can see the fill rate percentage and also you see the inventory, manufacturing inventory, distribution inventory, and retailer inventory, and the last system inventory, and then compare it together. So it should be the fit for your business. And planning logics or reactive logics. Use planning logic to help you to understand condition of high profit segment or dependent demand or economy for off-scale supplies, uncertainty, source capacity, limited seasonal supply bill. So that use planning logic understand about this condition. And sometimes you use reactive logic under condition of cycle time uncertainty, sometimes demand uncertainty and destination capacity limitation. Inventory management practice, you have to know about products, market classification, and also you have to know segment strategy definition. That the strategy to fit for your idea, for your finished good, and then you have to segment your product before you design your policies. And also the last, you design policy and parameters. So we have an inventory management policy, and then you use A, B, C. The last time I discussed with you between A and B and C also. A is the important. It's just like 80-70%. You can see 80% in here. So just 20% of the item but impact to your 80% sale. We call A, type A. And also type B is the 80% to 95%. We call type B, and the last type C. So you have to use a policy to fit A, fit B, and fit C. It's not the same strategy. We use Pareto idea, 80-20 rules, or Pareto principle. And the last inventory management practice to help you understand about segment strategy definition. The strategy includes specification for all aspects of the inventory management process, includes service objective, forecasting method, management technique, and also review cycle. You can see A, B, and C. So you can use this idea to help you. It looks like a practice. No, now we have you use a service objective 99% or 89 something 98 sorry 98 to 99%, and you use a forecasting idea. It's like sales history or CFPR, collaborative. Okay, and review period is look like per perpetual, and use inventory management, you use planning DRP or something, and replenishment monitor every day. And if you use the policy for B, should be 95% for service objective, and you use sales history and review it every week it's better. So you not use time for B and C, you focus on A. Help you to design impact to your organization because it's 80% of sale from A. And policy and parameter that the procedure define data requirement, software application, and also perform objective and discuss guideline. The parameters derive values such as review period length, service objective, inventory carrying cost percentage, order quantity, and also reorder points. The combination of parameters either determines or can be used to calculate the precise quantity necessary to make the inventory management decisions. So you understand about all of things. Understand about inventory policy, understand about inventory duty by why you have to design inventory reorder point, safety point, small reorder point plus safety stock, lead time also, and the method that you manage the inventories. For today's class, we have 4 challenge question. You can select one question from this, and then after you scan QR code, you have to fill the form and answer the question and review for this class today. Enjoy your class. Don't forget to check in today. Thank you very much.